Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning, morning. How are you?
I'm good in yourself, come on. Good. Are you good to go?
I'm I'm good to go. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just add this. Yeah, good morning everyone. I'm not sure if some of you saw the posters the poster that the promo poster that we took out saying that we'll be having a guest today by the name of Kamu. So this is the lady that we have in this hour. So come for people who don't know you, can you please tell us who you are and where you're from and what you do?
Okay. Let me start. My name is Kamogelo Keebine. I'm currently in Northwest Momafikeng. And what I do is Kebereka ko Department of Public Works in supply chain, and I also do farming, and I'm also in school. So ke radio tse dintsi thata.
Yeah, that's a lot. Sure. So
It's a lot, hey?
like I didn't hear the first. You work at.
Kebereka ko Department.
Okay. No, I hear you. Okay, so I don't know. Where do you wanna start? Where do you wanna start?
Bon, and have a question and I'll answer.
No, okay, cool then. Okay, cool then. I think the first question,
Mm,
people ask, like, were asking me about farming. We're like, the issue of land. They wanted to know if you had any information regarding land and how
with
to access.
land.
Yeah, like accessibility. How
It's
do you,
with that one, regarding to land, because the land that we have, it was actually my great grandfather's land. Wow.
yeah.
He gave it to my grandfather, and when my grandfather passed, he gave it to my dad, and then so it's just basically inheritance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, no,
so
that's yeah.
So when it comes to land, I don't really have that much information. And a lot of people actually really ask me a lot on my TikTok for a young land, but I always tell them, no, I'll try and get more information regarding to that. But in my case, personally, it was
Yeah.
just inheritance. Yeah.
Oh no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask again. I want to how does farming start for you? Because like I don't expect it's unheard of. Like I've
Mm.
never had a female who's into farming. Because maybe it's because
Really?
it's maybe because of where I am. Because now I'm in Joburg, so
Oh,
you don't
makes
have
sense.
a lot of,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
you don't have
Because
a lot of ladies that are
yeah,
into
where
farming.
I'm from, more northwest, farming
Yeah,
is actually quite like a normal thing. Like everybody that I know, not everybody, but most of the people that I know, they actually have cattle. Most of them they
nah,
have it like in their home, or their uncle and their aunts, they do it. So it's actually quite a normal thing here. But how we started is
yeah,
it's a backtrack. So my
yeah,
grandfather ne, went
yeah.
out a cattle on credit for my dad actually. And then he
Okay,
went to my dad, Amuta Arabona. I bought you 3 cattle
yeah.
and on credit, and you'll see what to do with that cattle. So my basically just started off there at the kettlito adipatella, and then he grew it into this big thing that we have right now. So it's basically
Yeah,
like quite like it's a family business. So
yeah. So
yeah,
how many kettles do you have altogether now?
yeah, including sheep and goats, or just
Yeah,
cows.
everything. I'm like everything,
Yeah,
like everything.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I lost count because they keep giving birth. They
Nah,
keep giving birth. I lost count, but yeah, but in terms of like, we had
yeah.
the last time I checked, the calves were like 17.
Yo,
There's like 17, 6 females and 11 males, and the the adults, I think they were like over 50.
Yeah,
Over
that's
50.
a lot. That's
Oh,
a
that's a
lot.
lot. It's really a
Yeah.
lot. And then with goats, we have over 40, including the kids. The kids. And
Phew.
then with sheep, I think we have, well, sheep is not a lot because we just started.
Yeah.
I think we have yeah, I can't remember, over 6. And then we have chickens as well. We also started chicken
Mm.
farming. Leon is not a lot, like I think over like 10.
Yes. So
Yeah.
like, oh, where did you study? Where did you study?
Before I did, because now I'm doing plant production, ne? It's just
Yeah.
a thing of vegetation because we want to go into producing vegetables, as well.
Okay.
Now I'm
Yeah.
doing plant production, but I actually studied logistics for TUT. I used to live in Pretoria.
Really?
Yeah, I used to live in Pretoria. Ke ngwana Pitori.
Oh. So that's interesting. That
Mm,
leads us to my next question. Because,
mm,
like, what do you think, Kore, like, people from Northwest, where you are now,
mm.
are doing, and the people, ba loreng ba mo Pitori, ba mo Jozi, they are missing out on, as far as like
Ah,
youth, like opportunities in agriculture? Because I hear a lot of people, they like, there's opportunities in agriculture, and you
yeah.
understand, and like, what do you think we are missing as people this side?
I think Kopitori or Joburg per se, like
Yeah.
we are so used to thinking like in order to like succeed in life, everything like needs to be like maybe like your office jobs, like your social media with
Yes.
influence and stuff like that. I think what a lot of people are missing in that side is that there's actually so much money that you can make in agriculture. It's actually so insane and it's so broad. Like it's not really just like, yeah, it's not really just like cattle, there's vegetation. And like everybody needs food, everybody needs to eat.
True.
Yeah, so there's always constant production in terms of feeding people and stuff like that, and that's where money is right now. Because like
Yeah.
economy ya rona ya sokola, it's going
Yeah.
there, and there's no jobs. Like our country is suffering in jobs, and that's where that's when I started like focusing a lot in agriculture. There's actually such a backstory in terms of how I actually got interested in this thing.
Tell us. Now I wanna hear.
Okay, so let me tell you. So how I started basically, because like I said, like my dad has always had like cattle there for like the longest
Yep.
of time. But how I basically came into it is that because I was working where I was working now, it's like a contract thing. So it's like a 1-year contract, right? So
Yes.
my contract, yeah, I
Yeah.
felt more, and then I'm like, yo, so what am I gonna do next? Like I need something that I need to do. So like we've been going to the farm here and there, like helping out, but I wasn't really like interested. Like I said, wanna pitori,
Yes.
so I was like, agriculture, man, like So my dad was like, no, come and just see, like you might enjoy it. So I
Yes.
learn, and then I'm like, Mara, no, this is actually really nice. So once my
Yes.
contract ended, I just needed something to do, like in the meantime, just to keep myself busy while I'm looking for other work. So
Yeah.
and then my boyfriend advised me, he's like, no, do your TikToks while like you're not doing anything. So do my
Yes. Still
TikToks. So
looking at.
while you're still looking. So here I am more now while I'm still looking for a job. TikTok. And actually the response I got was actually so amazing. It's been
Nah.
crazy. It's been crazy that actually people are like interested in this thing. So from then, that's when I actually really, really started like getting into it, starting even my plant production course, So yeah, that's how I
Yeah.
basically started everything. And then yeah, this is where we at right now.
Nah. So like,
Hmm.
did you get any pressure from like family to say no, after varsity, after studying logistics, you need to come back? because I don't get that when I'm from the little that I've heard so far.
Not really. My dad never really pressured me into like studying or doing agriculture. My dad's like, no, do what you want to do. Do what you want
do
to
you?
do.
Do you?
Yeah, do you, man. He's just saying there's always a backup. That's one thing I really appreciate about my dad. It's like he always made sure that there's a backup plan, like for us. And now that backup plan, it's plan A. And now the job that I do right now is actually plan B.
Oh, okay.
Because now we're trying to push this agricultural thing into like a bigger thing than it is now. We have plans, it's going to be big. In 5 years' time, you want to know about Kwenda Enterprise. That's our thought.
Okay.
Like cattle, vegetation, and everything. So, yeah, this is basically like my plan A. This is like my focus. Because when I first started everything, it was just a thing of, man, there's no jobs, there's no this, there's no that. And now it's like basically like my lifestyle. Like every week
Yes.
Twice a week like when I was not working, because I started like another contract where I was working. When I was not working for the 6 months, I was going there like literally like 3 times a week. That's how much I was enjoying it. Like it's actually really, really fun, but it's so much work. Like when people see like the TikToks I make, they think like but it's a lot of work. Like, you need to be there very, very early. Also, are there very, very late. You're dirty. You're thinking, and there's a lot to adjust. You to obey your nails, your hair. You're thinking, but then it's part of it, and it's actually really fun. Like if you have that passion for it, you're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. So, like, how many siblings do you have altogether? Do you have any siblings, or it's just you?
No, it's me, my sister, my older sister, and my little sister. Like
Really? So it's all girls.
Yeah, it's all girls. It's all girls. My dad never really had a son.
Yeah.
So it's like for him, that's what answer asari pushy, because it's like, what if we don't enjoy it? What if we don't? We want to do other things, but actually, people don't know that government sponsors a lot of female farmers more than they do male farmers.
Really?
It's very easy to get government sponsorship if you're a female farmer than it is a male farmer.
Oh, like I didn't know that. I didn't know. That's new information. No, that's new information. So, how many of your siblings are like you? Like they're into like farming, or everyone is just like, I'll come and assist. Really?
All of us, we do it. My little sister actually is the one that's doing studying agriculture as a whole. She's doing both agriculture as a whole and plant production.
Really?
She's always been interested in like farming from the get-go. Like even she's always been going with my dad before we even jumped into it. She's always been like in agriculture for the longest of time. And then me and my older sister, so just now we just only started like getting interested in it. So we're just doing like plant production. Plant production is basically like you learn how to do like vegetables. Like you learn like the type of soils, go with which type of vegetables, and the seasons, the climate, and everything. But my little sister has always been into agriculture for the longest of time. So it's basically just all of us.
Yeah. So professionally, did your sister go to varsity or?
Yeah, she is going. She's currently doing.
Okay, so what she's studying?
Just agriculture, in a whole. Agriculture.
Oh,
it has both plants, it has both cattle, she's going in like, I don't know if I can make an example. You see, there's supply chain as a whole, and then there's logistics under supply chain.
Yeah.
She's doing agricultural as a whole, and she's doing plant production under agriculture. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly.
Okay. Yeah. So like, Like I guess like the next question would be like the thingy. Do you like the conversation between? Do you like? Cause I this is me assuming, or you guys when you have family meetings, sure maybe when you discuss business, is it, like do you ever get a point where you like we need to pull our resources together to make sure this family business thing for instance, I would say, okay, say my family, maybe my big brother is a lawyer and now I'm good in business, I'm an entrepreneur, and this is a business tailoring I'm taking from like my father. I'm with him. So I'm taking from that with him, and knowing already the brother, the lawyer. It's okay, you can go to school and study and become a lawyer, and when you're done, you must come back. Understand? And do all the legal stuff for the family business, moving us to the next level in that aspect.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yes.
So,
Do you have?
when I had studied logistics, I didn't study it. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be doing agriculture. I was just into imports, exports, and everything that has to do with like logistics, right?
Yeah.
So now, because of how there's no jobs and stuff, so and then every fita, and then now we put everything together. So my older sister has always had like a green hand in terms of like growing vegetables. She's always been interested in that. She even has like a backyard. Her and my mom, they've always had like a green hand in terms of growing flowers, vegetables. They have like a low backyard. So just her having like a green hand. And then there's me who has studied logistics, right?
Yeah.
So I'm mostly into like the trucks, deliveries, everything that has to do with logistics. And then there's like my little sister who does agriculture as a whole. So
as a whole,
putting together, then I'm like, between the things that we have apart will actually just help us grow our business together. Like when we studied these things, it was never really a thing of no. Our main focus was really our farm, but now we actually saw that, man, your strong point is this, your strong point is that, and my strong point is this. If we put it together, this can actually work. And right now, like Hanseria, this is actually really working.
What's the age gap between you and your sister?
My little sister is 10 years, and my older sister is a year.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I just heard you mention your mom. So, what's your mom's role into like the farming and into your life in general?
My mom's role is to get into it. My mom likes my mom likes vegetables. My mom loves vegetables and like she likes planting and stuff like that. But I am again. My mom gets big feeling. My mom gets big feeling. My mom likes things. But then she's getting into it. Like she's slowly but surely getting to it. Like her seeing us doing what we're doing right now, she's actually really inspired. She's like, no, this is actually like really working. Let me also try to put my foot in it. But my dad is actually like the leader in everything,
Yeah. So what do they have in common? Like your mom and dad, what do they have in common to say, when I'm this thing, this is where these people, because now
what I think
I'm saying,
what I know they have in common, they actually see the goal. Like both of them, they actually see the goal and what we're trying to achieve. They might not have, like, my dad and my mom are like two different people. My mom is like a city girl. She likes, she likes going out. She likes everything. And then Papa is like a village. I keep saying village. Papa you understand.
Yeah.
So they actually like two very different people, but then they actually really have they have a common goal into no, this is what we're trying to achieve. And yeah.
Oh.
Mm.
This is interesting. So how did they meet? Because like clearly
You
these people are two different people. How does it happen? Because
yeah. How they met
how
actually, it's very interesting. If my mom has to forgive me for this, both my parents have to forgive me for telling this. So how they met, ma'am? My mom was actually my mom was in high school, right? So
okay.
not in a boarding school. So go boarding school ew. I guess I never daughter by a guy. So never daughter by a somewhere. It was her and her friends. I think they were going to town or something, and they were not allowed to go to town during that time. So yeah,
Okay.
so my dad and his friends never they were, I don't know where they were going, but they were going somewhere. So they were going somewhere having a good time. And then as they
Yeah.
were going, but see, Babana Bomogele. Babana Bomogele,
Yeah.
Mole, very much taxi. And then they were like, and then my mom was like, no, we're going to town and stuff like that. And they were like, no, hop in, Rotalisa Toropong. And then they hopped in, then they went to town,
Yes.
and then the rest is history.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
now, because clearly you're a very hardworking person, so
Thank
like,
you.
who do you think you take after in that aspect?
I think both, hey? I think my parents played a really great, like they set like a foundation for us basically. I think both, like it's not really a specific for after my, like I think I'm more, like I'm both my mom and my dad, like in terms
Yeah.
of like, you know, hardworking and like always like being like encouraging yourself to always like put your best foot forward and like always
Yeah.
never I can't say they never must catch you slipping. It's always my
Yeah.
mom. My mom will always tell me that no matter what you're going through in life, people must never catch you slipping. You must always put your
Yeah.
best foot forward in terms of how you dress, in terms of people shouldn't know, like you shouldn't look like your problems. That's her favorite line. Don't ever.
Oh.
And in terms of getting side school, it's my dad.
Yes.
My dad has always pushed us to go to school, always like be busy with something. Whenever you know or you're not doing anything with your life, try and find something to do because you'll never know
Yeah.
that something that you're doing is actually gonna be like your biggest thing that you always wanted to do. So it's both really. It's not really like one
Yeah.
stuff. It's both. My parents play like a really big role in my life.
Yeah, no. So like we've spoken about what your dad does, but we've
Mm.
never touched on what your mom does.
My mom works for if I can disclose it. I don't think I can disclose that one. I don't think
Yeah.
we want people to know, but
No.
she's also in the government. I don't think I can disclose that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, it's
Yeah.
understandable. It's
Yeah, and
understandable.
it's
Yeah.
true because my dad also has farming, but he also works. And I don't think I can also disclose what we both.
Disclose.
Yeah, we both have like all three of us. We have like 9 to 5. Like we have
Yeah.
9 to 5. After 9 to 5, we keep farming, and then that's it. Because all those things that cattle that they need. You need to fund. You need
Yeah.
to fund it. Yeah, it's not. It's expensive. Farming is very expensive.
So like, how do you balance all these things? Because it's school, it's work, it's farming.
I don't
How
know.
do you
Hey,
balance all that?
I generally don't know how. But then sometimes hey, how am I doing all of this?
Yeah, cause
I'm not gonna
yeah,
tell you because it's hard. Because every day it's like Monday to Friday. I go to work and I do now the work that I do, it requires me to always be on my feet. What I do, I'm in the assets department. Ne?
yes,
So we are basically in charge of like assets go in and go out of department and acquiring those assets and stuff like that. So most of the time, people in so it's that. And then on
yeah.
Saturdays, it's farm. I think the only chance I have is Sundays to relax, but I don't relax because I have to do my schoolwork.
Schoolwork. Yeah, no, that's a lot. That's
It's
a
a
lot.
lot, but then it's really. I want my son to have a comfortable life. I want my son to have a comfortable life, so mama has to work.
Yeah, no, true. That's true.
Mm.
So, are you a daddy's girl?
I think I am.
Why do
I
you
think
say
I
that?
am. I think I'm a daddy's girl because I think I need, not like I need his approval when I want to do things, but I need his opinion.
Yeah,
Like I need my dad's opinion. Like whenever I want to do something, like I really need my dad's opinion before I do anything. Like his opinion, like matters a lot. And before I want to do anything, even before I started like this whole TikTok account, I asked him like,
yeah,
like, how do you feel about me showing
yeah,
the whole world like what we do? He's like, no, it's fine as long as you don't disclose where we are because of my whole and stuff like that. As long as you don't
yeah,
disclose the exact location, he doesn't
yeah.
mind. He's like, nah, as long as it makes me happy. So
Nah,
yeah, I am a daddy's girl, but I love my mom as well. My mom can pinchaga.
nah.
Mm, my
That's
mom is
nice.
a kim pinchaga. Like she's but we have that like open relationship. I can talk to her about my boyfriend. I can tell her I
Yeah.
can tell me nothing. I can talk to her like, yo, this is what happened. Go and so
Really?
I say yeah. My mom is like whenever I get tired, I'll see them call each other sister. We call each other sister. I don't even call her
Hey,
like the term
come
mom.
on,
I either call her Kaiki or I call her sister. Like we have that friendship level of which I'm like very open with her. And like she actually took me to get my first tattoo.
serious?
Serious, serious. She took me to get my first tattoo, my first
Yo,
piercing, my first.
she doesn't sound like an African parent, Marat. She does it because I'm surprised. An African parent, eh?
Oh no,
Uh,
trust me. She has African parent tendencies. She has African
yeah,
parent tendencies, but she's not chill. Like she's very chill, man. My mom is very chill. But as long as you do what you need to do, you won't have
yes.
you won't have
Oh,
stress.
and like because you've mentioned earlier, or you're a daddy's girl, and how much of that, like how much influence does that have into your relationship with your person? To say, is your
No,
person like your father? Is you going into a relationship? This is like me assuming, but before
mm,
you went into a date with your current person, to say,
mm.
I'm looking for someone in a ring is like my father. Was that the case for you to say, Pella, my father is the guy, so I need to well, so is it the same? Because your guy, the way you talk about your father, he really seems like he's a good person,
He
and in my eyes,
is, he is,
like,
he is.
he would
Like,
be someone
like
people could say is Superman.
I date
Yeah,
someone, and then like after a couple of months, you wanna no, but no, this person I think I really, really like him. Like let me introduce him to my parents. Woman,
yes,
my mom will love all my boyfriends. My mom will love every boyfriend I bring. My mom will love because my mom will love it.
obvious,
Yeah,
a
obvious.
mom,
You know how
obvious,
moms are. And
yeah,
then if my dad has an issue, not saying I would like give a kaule because my dad has an issue, obviously.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if my dad like I wear something, I mention something, come out home, and then as I rating, I'm always
yes,
gonna like keep like a lookout for it. But luckily, but then my dad only knows like two of my boyfriends that I've ever dated. But then he likes both of them. He's in love with like my current boyfriend right now, but Kare Iblam battles like more WhatsApp more than I do. Kare my boyfriend,
really,
I'm considered text you talk to my dad more than I do on WhatsApp. That's actually insane. But yeah, my dad has like a big influence on like what I look for in a partner. because
Yeah.
I want someone who's as responsible as him. I
Yeah.
cannot go tla le motho fela, a tlo go tla fela, and then just like complicate my life. No. I
Yeah.
want someone
No.
who I know that in the long term he'll actually be able to like raise us in a responsible manner, like the way we were raised. Like we were not
Yeah.
spoiled or anything, but we're not lacking also. I don't know
Yeah.
if it makes sense. Like we were not spoiled. We were always
Does.
raised in terms of you need to work hard for to
Yeah.
get what you want. But we're not lacking anything. My dad always made sure that, like both my parents, they always made sure that we always have what we need in order to
Yeah.
thrive in the world. So yeah, so that's what I make sure then I look for. Hey, Papa ka o putile 120, so I need to make sure whoever I'm gonna have a child with or whoever I'm gonna marry, is as involved as he is more banning like my dad is,
Yeah.
like my parents are. Yeah.
Oh, so what do you think the two gentlemen have in common?
My current boyfriend and my dad.
Yeah.
Cars and farming.
Also, he's also into farming.
Yeah, they have like he's from Eastern Cape and they have like a farm also, but I like I do because it's far and stuff like that. But he's also interested. That's why he's also like he also likes visiting like because he's also like very very interested in it. My boyfriend is the one that actually encouraged me to start doing TikToks.
Yeah, you did mention. You did mention.
Yeah, to do TikTok. So what they have in common is cars and farming. Because my boyfriend is actually like what he does kind of baby a motor. I don't know if we've heard of Kumbi M on cars.
What? Can you please say that again?
Kumbi M on cars.
Kumbi M on cars. I've never heard of it. I'll look it up. I've never heard of Eastern Cape.
Yeah, he's from Eastern Cape. He's from Eastern Cape, but Khalanta Dula in Pretoria. We've met in Pretoria. So Khalanta Dula in Pretoria for a long time. We grew up there, primary, high school, and stuff like that. So yeah, we actually met in Pretoria. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, now he's between PTA and obviously maybe your farm in.
Yeah, but if we have a long distance relationship, you
Ne?
Because how I stayed here is because I was staying there schooling and everything, and then I got an internship.
Yeah.
This side, so I had to move this side, and then after that I fell pregnant, and then my parents were like, "No, come live at home." And by then he got a job in Cape Town. Oof. So my parents were like, "No, like he's in Cape Town, like no one's gonna take care of you properly, like no one's gonna attend to your day-to-day needs. Come move back home and stuff." So I moved back home, and then after moving back home, I got an internship. And then I've been here ever since. And then this is the whole farming thing. So it's just basically making me stay here even longer. But he understands. Because I also need to build my career also.
So yeah, no, that's true. So like, how do you tell your parents, or now I'm pregnant, but who do you tell first?
I told my dad.
How did you start the conversation?
How I started the conversation I actually told my dad first. I went because I know my dad has always been like, you guys are getting old. Because I was 26 when I was pregnant, so it's like, I'm getting old and I need grandkids. I need someone to play with. I need I need to see my grandkids grow. But I don't want to be pregnant. I don't want a child. I want to live my life. And then when I found out that I'm pregnant, and then I'm like, who can I tell first? I'm like, let me tell my dad, because he's always wanted grandkids. So I went to him and then I told him, "No, Papa, I'm pregnant." And then he's like, nah, man, so what do you want to do with it? I'm like, no, I think I'm going to keep it. Then it's like, I will support you 100%. And then from
Yeah.
there, me and my dad both told my mom.
So how did she take
And
it?
then my mom was like, I knew. I was just waiting for you to tell me. Because you know how African mothers can know when you're 5 minutes pregnant.
Yeah.
They can tell. My mom was like, nah, I knew. I was just waiting for you to tell me. I was just waiting for you
Yeah.
to tell me.
So now, how's the relationship between your father and the son, your child?
At this point, I don't think I even have a son, bruh. Like
Nah?
they are like, because I think my dad never had sons, nah. So
Yeah.
it's like
So
even now they're like together somewhere, but car wash,
nah?
washing cars. Like they have like such a bond. It's crazy. Like every night before when my son goes to sleep, he sleeps in my
Yeah.
parents' room, and then I have to get him when he passes out. I have to get him to come to my room and be asleep. Like he doesn't sleep in
Sure.
my room. The only time he sleeps in my room is when my dad is not around.
Oh, okay. So like, like the young man is also into like farming because
He's like, he always asks me every time. It's like, he calls me now and he's like, Nanu, we're going to the farm when? I'm like, we're going on Saturday. Then when you come back to the farm, it's like, Nanu, when are we going to the farm again? Like, my son loves farming and cars. Like, he likes both what his parents does.
yeah.
Yeah, he likes both. So he likes farming and cars, but he loves farming. Like he can pass out watching car videos over and over and over again up until he passes out.
Yeah. So how's the relationship with your mom? How's the relationship? His relationship with your mom?
It's good. It's actually great, but it's not as awesome as it is with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as awesome as it is with my dad. It's like when my dad is not around, let's say my son is like, yeah, let me go to this lady because she also gives me like chocolates and sweets. But when my dad is around, my son wants no one.
Yeah.
My son basically comes to me for food. I need to bath him, and we need to play here and there, or we play together, or we watch stuff together. But every day, he's with my dad. I bath him, my dad dresses him, and then they stay together. And then my dad feeds him dinner. So my dad feeding him dinner. They go to sleep and I'll go fetch him. It's actually such a cute bond. Like it's actually such a cute bond. I won't lie.
Yes.
It's great. It's great seeing them like together and just doing stuff together. It's very cute.
No, I hear you. So as far as communication, because now it's a long distance relationship that you have with your boyfriend. So how do you maintain that and make sure
the communication is we make sure we talk about every day, the whole day, more WhatsApp with video calls. Obviously, he comes like every 2 weeks, and then if I'm not busy, I go to him to his place in Pretoria. Like we make sure, like it's tough. It's not easy because he's also very busy. He like travels. The other time he went to Australia, the other time he went to China. So I know also that communication was wild because when I was sleeping, he was awake, and when he was awake, I was sleeping. So communication is tough because he's also trying to build his brand. I'm trying to build my brand. So we're both very, very busy. But as long as we understand, like the end goal is to just make sure that our son is living comfortably. It's fine. No, like we try and we push. We push. We've been together for like 6 years.
No, that's a lot.
Yeah, we've been together for 6 years, and man, we were trying like our ultimate best. Our relationship is great, man. I can't complain.
No, that's good. That's good. So do his parents give you the same reception as your family has him?
Yeah, they do.
So
I never really got to meet his dad, but his mom was very, very, very welcoming. Yeah, his mom was very, very welcoming. But now we don't get to see his mom as often because his mom moved to the UK. So now it's just over the phone stuff. But yeah, his family is like, yes, they love me, they love my child. Even like, no, when I had posted, you see, like the poster that you sent me, I had posted
Yes,
it
yes.
on my WhatsApp. Yo, they were
Yeah.
busy congratulating. So proud of you, like, keep pushing, keep doing this, and keep doing that. Like, no, his family is very supportive of everything that I do.
Yeah, no, that's nice. And like, do you ever sit back and maybe think, or there's something that you could have done different as far as like your career, your family, him? I want, like, do you ever have that? Or maybe I could have maybe,
Um,
been, do you have
I
that?
don't know if I think the only thing I think I could have done differently is I could have gone mature as soon as possible. Like, you see where my little
No.
sister is at right now. I wish
Yeah.
I would have done that. I wish I would have studied it like mainly as like my main like thing. That's the only thing I wish I would have done. But now, besides that, no, career wise, no. Like supply chain in Katala
Yeah.
logistics, it's everywhere. Like, it's everywhere, whether you do farming, whether you do I don't know, other business, there's always like a logistics department or like a supply chain department, you know.
Yeah.
It's just that for me it was tough, like getting a job. Like, once I graduated, when I got my diploma in logistics,
Yeah.
3 years this na mmereko.
Smart. That's a long time,
It's
yo.
a long time,
Time.
and if ka starta into your agricultural, then
Yeah.
I feel like I
Uh,
would have been like further than we are right now. But it's better
yeah.
late than never, hey. So that's why I
Yeah.
always encourage my little sisters, like, no, what you're doing is actually really great, like, I
Yeah.
wish I was I wish I did what you're doing right now, but Kifa, all our things that we have studied, it's actually coming into play.
Yeah. So how's the
Mm.
relationship with your sisters?
Like every other sibling relationship, we fight. Like, we fight, but we actually have each other's back. Like, whenever we need to talk about serious stuff, we talk about serious stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, we fight, but we fight. Especially me and my little sister.
Yeah.
Hey, Nale Tatora
You-
Halash, and like, because I think we're like more of like the same person. Like, we like the same
Yeah.
things. Like, we fight a
Yeah.
lot. And like, my older sister's always like the calm one, always telling us, no guys. Like, she's the one that's always making us feel like, no guys, don't do
Yeah.
this. Rather do 123, 123. But it's
Yeah.
like but at the end of the day, we always have like each other's backs.
No, that's good, man. How big is God into your family? Is
God plays like a big role into our family, like especially for me this year now. I think
Yeah.
when I was out of like a job for like those 6 months, like, I turned everything to God. I was like, God, I don't know what you have in store for me now, but
Yeah.
please show me where I need to be and how I need to do it. And funny enough, that's when this thing clicked. You guys have a farm. Why don't you help your dad and just make sure that this thing, it turns into like a bigger thing than it is. I feel like,
Yeah.
sometimes God puts you through difficult situations for you to realize, man, I need to be here. This is what I need to do. And I turned to God after that. I won't lie. After like me communicating with God every day, like my life has been
Yeah.
getting like better and better and better and better. Ke ga mo, when I started like talking to God a lot, ke faster, ke rang, but they called me
Yeah.
back go public works. I told you it was a year contract. They
Yeah.
called me back go public works for me to come sign another contract. Our farming started being like bigger than it was. Like, I wonder, God plays a big role in
Yeah.
our family.
So like, do you guys go to church? Because you know why I'm asking that before you answer that. Before you answer that, the reason I'm asking that is that there's people who say God and church, two different things. You can believe in God and still not go to church. Understand? So is it the same thing with you to say like, no, I have
actually
to?
really, it's like the same thing. Because for me, in there, it's kereke, and pastors and that whole like community, yako kerekeng. There's certain things that they do that does not sit well with me as a person. And I feel like it has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with God. So maybe I find a church that I can feel like this is the one. But for me, no, we believe in having like our own little like prayer sessions and stuff like that. As long as you're right with God, as long as you and God have a communication, church or not, I don't know. Thing is, it's also kind of Christianity is such a tough topic, and it's always like a back and forth. But for me personally, I just feel like as long as you're right with God, as long as you communicate with God, you read your Bible and you do your own fasting thing. It's church. I don't know, man. Church has a lot. Church has more people than people like themselves. I've seen things that I don't want to get into in church that I feel like this is not where I want to be.
So do your parents share the same sentiments?
They do. They do. But one thing I like about my parents is that they never enforce what they believe in. Like they never say, no, we believe 123. This is what you should believe. No. If you want to go to church, you can go to church. Go to church, come back and do that. That's what you want to believe. Because I feel like religion is something that you do uliwani, you at the end of the day need to be, whether you believe in Allah, God, it's what you feel like you need to be doing as a So they always tell us that we will talk about yes and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's your relationship that it is with God. Because judgment day is Modimo tla ba shebile wena. Modimo tla ba sa sheba gore papa a re wena o re tshwantse re 1 2 3 Modimo tla ba a shebile wena, or between you and God. So what they've always told us. And
so like I've never fasted before, so and I've heard a lot of people like talk about fasting. Can you please like break it down, or what fasting is and why do you fast, man?
Well, I get what you're saying, because people have different I think there's different categories in terms to fasting. Like I get it. What they say is when you fast, you give up your one of your favorite things. You give it up for when a period you're holy, you're spiritual and stuff. For me, what I did in terms of fasting is I would not eat from 8 o'clock up until 12. And then the first hour I would just give a baby and stuff like that, and tell God that I want to do this. I'm fasting for there's certain things that you fast for. So you tell God, I'm fasting for this and this and this and this. So I would just be like drinking liquids and stuff. Fasting, I think for how long? So I'm not really, I don't know that's okay not personally, like for me. That's how I would be like, okay, for the next 2 weeks I don't eat. I don't eat. And can we talk about certain things like smoking weed? Can we talk about it? Is it allowed to talk about it?
Yeah.
Am I allowed? So also
you can.
Okay, I even stopped like smoking weed because of how I was smoking, man. And I'm like, you know what? I really want to get fast. And I would constantly like smoke it like a lot every night. I would make sure, you know, I spark a joint. And then I stopped. I stopped for my fasting period for like 2 weeks. There. And then now I just stopped completely. I just stopped completely. Like it started off as a fasting ritual, and then now it's been like 3 months now.
Really?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
So I was saying it depends on what you feel like you need to give up, like the things you can't live without. You know, sometimes you can fast social media. Also all types of social media, also more for 2 weeks. Then if that's what you think you can't live without, you can force that. There's food, there's alcohol and stuff like that. So why depend on what you think you can't live without. Wait, 1, 2, and 3 and stuff. Yeah.
Oh no, I
So
hear
you've never fasted before?
No, I've never fasted, cause I've never had full information and I've always been lazy to go out and ask one. So I'm like,
you should read more about it. You should read more about it. And like I'm not gonna it worked for me, hey. I won't lie, it worked for me. Like when I stopped, when I started fasting, I started seeing a lot of things into perspective. And I started saying now, this is where I feel like I need to be and stuff like that. Like I started having a healthy communication with God. I'm not saying I'm not a sinner. I don't sin. I don't. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm nowhere near perfect. But I feel like it has made me more open, and it's opened my communication with God more clearly. Yeah.
So if Usaji, you only do liquid and in Tawayama, how do you navigate around it? If you are fasting, maybe if you're fasting for weed, you have to fast for 5 days or 2 days. I've heard people that fasted for 21 days. People who fasted for 2 weeks, for 1 week. How do you so there's a standard. But if you want to stop smoking or whatever, you have to fast for 5 days. Is the standard or something when you just put for yourself to say, I'm going to put so much days behind it for myself?
I think it's something that you put for yourself. I think it's something because when I started, I never really Googled or read about for how long. Is this something in Nike basing? I'm like, now for the next 2 weeks, I'm not gonna do this, and I'm just gonna fast. And yeah, that's it. I think quite depend as a person, what you're comfortable with. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the morning. You can fast at night. It's okay from 6 p.m. up until 6 a.m. I'm just gonna drink liquid and stuff. Quite depend but not for me. It just worked best for me for in the morning. Because I'm not really a breakfast person anyway. So I'm like, let me just focus because in the morning I'll fast. You should try fasting. Are you a spiritual person?
So now I do. I am a spiritual person. Let me just say that I am a spiritual person, and now I do go to church twice a month. So I think I do a lot of the things I do in life. It's because of some of the teachings that I was able to get from the church that I attend. Because where the church that I attend, there was like certain code of conduct they were put in place for kids as I was growing up. So now the church that I go to, it's been the church I've been a part of for the longest of time.
So you grew up in that church?
Yeah, so like there's always been like code of conduct they give to kids to say like this is how you need to behave as one, and you kind of like grow up with that understanding without questioning. So obviously you do some of these things and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but then you learn already. I have to, even if again, but I still know like, the teaching tailoring they carry me. I know how to pray. Understand? I know like certain things, the basics tailoring I apply in my life, in my day to day. Like even how people like view me, or like this guy is different. And like just to put it out there, like I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't date, and I have my reasons. I have my reasons, and given that I have my reasons like I do have my reasons, and the reason I put it out there is because of some of the teachings because knowing the community that I grew up around and people that I've never understood certain things, and like certain things that I've learned from my church gave me enlightenment to say, yeah, the reason we are saying you mustn't do that is because that's the outcome, understand?
Yeah.
And seeing someone, like seeing a lot of people coming from that platform, and I was like, we have people bettering their judges, people that are this and that, and I'm like, yeah, but then I guess this is the route, understand? Given that I want to be this person in life, I want to be that in life, and if this is the channel, I need to use to get there. As far as like my twaro, understand? I think this is my opinion, or my twaro. My twaro everything. It's everything. My twaro in any room. You tend to be different.
That's true. My twaro is everything. Yeah, and I feel like what you're saying is very true because of like as bad to Haratwani, like you can say you said let's go kerekeng 123, 123. And I say I don't go to church, but I have a healthy relationship with God. As bad to Haratwani, and I just feel like as long as there is we don't judge each other, because as long as we don't judge each other, I feel like we can just live happily because we all can't do the same things over too long.
Yes, because then I've never understood the concept the separation, because this is me now. I think church is separate people more than anything. It separates, separates the thing. Like when we are, because in my mind, well, why are we so segregated?
Understand? That's the thing. And why are they like different like churches? Honali Malutere, Honali Ma Anglican, you know what I'm saying? But then at the end of the day, we all just talk to the same God. We all read the same Bible.
Yeah. So that's why I've always been like, I've never understood, but they judge for when are you go to church, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where I go. Information and how I pray and how you pray. The same thing. The Bible I read is the same Bible.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
Like for me, like I said, because I don't go to church, but I have this colleague of mine. She goes to church like every Sunday, and I always ask her like, so what did you guys talk about today in church and stuff like that? I don't judge people who go just because I didn't have experience in church, so I don't tell I don't put my experiences over Tombaba, and I always ask them like, no, what did you guys learn today and stuff like that, and we always share like sermons and stuff like that, and whenever she thinks that she learned that she feels like she needs to like that fits my
Yeah.
situation. She will tell me, it's like, no, I learned this and this and this, and I feel like, oh, this would like fit your situation. And she doesn't judge me for like not
Yeah.
going to church, because she understands my personal experiences with that.
Mm.
And I just feel like
Yeah.
it's a nice relationship that I feel like everybody should have, you know?
Yeah, true. Because
Mm.
I think like given or we all pray the same God, I think it's good for people. They need to be open-minded.
Mm.
Understand? At
People
anything.
really need to be open minded, hey?
Yeah, I think Linar like the thing. Yeah, you're separated. Yeah, you're separated too much. Relevant.
Mm.
And
Mm.
for now, I think that's one of the things, Lorraine, I prefer like not to talk about like religion and all.
Yeah, religion is a very like tough subject,
Yeah, it's a
because you
sensitive.
don't know for how another person is going to feel or react to religion.
Yeah,
But not for me. I love talking about religion, because you always learn from another person, because there's always an opportunity to learn. And if that person has a word that they feel like they need to talk to you about, it always give that person a ear. Like, I don't
yeah,
know.
true.
I love talking about religion and stuff
Yeah,
like that. But then I just feel weird, because I don't know how that other person feels about talking about religion.
yeah, yeah,
So
true.
for me,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Okay, you can continue.
I wanted to ask, since we're in the topic of religion, I wanted to ask, like, do you also like have a background, yeah, like anybody, we have that
Like
relationship?
ancestors.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. I know. Okay, I know. Like, I don't know if I can sentle or yeah, but I
Yes.
think I know, like, Christianity and ancestors don't really like. How do you call Pani, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, but well, it depends again, or what's a man.
Oh, but I'm true. But for me
Yeah.
personally, I believe in ancestors, because you need
Yeah.
to know where you came from to know where you're
Yeah.
going. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And you need to always, I don't know, communicate with the people that like paved be where you are right now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for instance, every like December 16th, December 16th, re tlhaba like nku or a pudi,
Yeah.
like sheep or goat, just to give thanks to our ancestors for like getting us
Yeah.
where we are, for them to protect us, and to protect us in the
Yes.
future and our future plans and stuff like that. So for me
Yeah.
personally, I do believe more about the ancestors. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people don't, but
Yes.
for me, I honestly do.
Yeah.
And I always feel like, also like going to like graveyards, and
Yeah.
like for me, like when like I had like my baby boy, like my
Yeah.
grandfather had just passed, né? And
Yeah.
then I think he passed when I was like 5 months or 6 months pregnant.
Yeah.
And me and him like had a very close relationship, and I felt like he needed to know like him, so can we take us
Yeah.
to my grandfather's graveyard, come on, no, this is your great grandson, 123, 123. And then we went to my dad's side,
Yeah.
someone, from my dad's side, my dad's parents, like, they've passed for one. So then like
Yeah.
I introduce, like, I don't know, this is your great grandson, 123, please protect him and stuff like that, because I feel like at the end of the day, you know but they need to know, they need to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I'm asking is that and I was listening to I forgot his name. The doctor already was saying already. Christianity is a Western thing. Christianity is a Western thing, and like we as African forgot about about what African spirituality is. Like we throw away that whatever that connects us with the Batswa, Barona, our ancestors, we throw that away and push the narrative. Yeah, the Christianity, of which it doesn't support. It doesn't support.
It doesn't support ancestors. Yeah, so because that's again now when people ask me, but you're a Christian, but you believe in like ancestors. I'm like, it's weird, but it works out. Like it works out, man. Because I feel like you like I said about Haratwan, it doesn't mean if you're a Christian you have to just only do like just focus on Christianity. There are like other things in the world that I feel like especially as Africans, if we grew up in Diloteta ancestry and stuff like that, I just feel like if it got our parents where we are right now, don't you think it will get us further?
Yeah. Because there's not a lot of information on African spirituality.
There isn't. And now when you do certain spiritual things like from your African, everything is just related to like witchcraft and stuff like that. And it's not even like that. It's just you giving. It's your thanksgiving to your ancestors. But then that topic I feel like once we won't finish.
We won't finish. Yeah, no.
Topic.
Yeah, no, it is for sure. Because one topic I'm looking into, because I'm like, there's something in the ring I'm missing. But then it's a research that I'm doing for myself, my personal growth.
So can I ask you a question?
Okay, cool. Shoot.
Does your church believe in Badim?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it doesn't mean
you.
Wait, it doesn't mean if my church doesn't believe, I shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should challenge me to say, okay, my church doesn't believe in that. Why? Why don't we believe in that? And research and know the reasons. My church says, don't believe in this, and I don't know the reasons behind that. Understand? So it's my job to say, I don't understand this. Let me go and find information. Understand? I have to and when I find information, I don't have to be biased to say no, we don't believe in that. And my way of going to find information has to be from a standpoint comes from a place where I don't believe, and I have to be open-minded enough to say, okay, this is new information. I have to do away with what I know and the teachings that I've learned from my church and learn. Understand? And I think that's the only way you can learn. Okay, like my church says this, but there's new information, this and that. Understand?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I feel already that's when neti ilingote. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't agree with church in this and that because I have knowledge on A, B, and C. You understand? That's why, like, who thought to understand why am I doing this? Why am I not doing this? Understand? I'm that type of a person. I like to learn, to know. Okay, when they say don't do this, why? Like,
why? Because you can't just tell someone don't do this and then you just don't give them a valid reason why.
Yes. I'm that person to say like I don't take well to I don't take well to that to say like we are doing this and that's it. Like I'm not that person. Like I like to have options. I like to learn like I'm doing this with an understanding out of why you understand. I'm that person. So like I appreciate the conversation in like I never you will speak until I want. And because Linda, I was a bit nervous. It's like,
our conversation it took a left turn because I thought like the types of kettle that we have. I'm not mad though. I'm not mad. Linda,
I'm not mad.
We can still talk about what we need to talk about, but I'm not mad because it's very rare to find to have like an open conversation,
conversation, yes.
religion,
Yeah.
ancestors and stuff. Like, it's very rare to have that conversation, and like I hardly have conversations with people like that. So I'm glad that you told me that, like, we end up having a conversation like that.
Yeah. So, and that's the point. One of the reason I don't like to have scripted conversation with people, because there's no genuinity behind it. Understand? Because everything is pre-planned and it's always on. And
no wonder why when I asked you, like, are there any questions that I should know? You were like, no, it's just
no. We'll just have a conversation.
Like, no, if it's just a chat, what if I end up saying things I'm not supposed to say?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm glad that we're having this like topic, because it's a very interesting topic to talk about, especially on a Sunday.
No, thank you for people who don't have your handles. Who is Kamo on social media?
Well, on TikTok you can just type at Kamogelo Keebine and you'll find me, or type Tswana from Han.
Okay.
And then you get it. And then on Instagram it's just Kamogelo. But I'm just mainly pushing my TikTok right now because that's where like my brand, that's where I'm trying to build my brand in terms of farming. But on Instagram it's Kamogelo Keebine. It's Kamogelo 2.0. Kamogelo 2.0. And I don't have Twitter. I'm not really like a Twitter person.
Yeah. Okay, no. Thank you. So, like, please do share information on whatever you're working on as far as like business, and maybe we'll try and get people to come there.
Let's get into it. If people wanna know about like what we do and the type of cattle that we have now. So basically we like breed in. Our main goal there is to breed pure quality Buran bulls. Like Buran bulls is like where like we're trying to breed like the most quality there. And the reason why we want to breed like Buran bulls is because, especially in the area that we're at, Mafikeng is a very dry area. Is dry. And the reason why we choose that type of cattle, and people should understand that whenever you go into farming, you don't just pick any cattle and just I want to breed this one. You need to look at the area that you're in. Can the cattle that I'm trying to breed, can it like sustain like the area that I am in? You need to make sure the area is suitable for the cattle, or else the cattle is not going to thrive. Right? So the reason why we chose Barons is that Barons are like they are feeding. Their feeding is not like costly.
Yes.
Yeah, especially when it's winter. Only winter, Mafikeng is dry. The grass doesn't they don't eat grass like that. So the reason why we want to like breed in Barons is that they can like sustain like harsh conditions. They can keep their weight in winter, because winter that's when like winter is in farming. Winter is very like the worst time to farm, because you need to make sure like you provide them with feeds and stuff like that, because they can't eat from the grass. And we need to make sure they can survive in like harsh conditions and stuff like that. And I'm speaking on it. It's not saying it's like bad in terms of like weather wise, but then it has dry area. It's a dry area. There's no water and stuff like that. So you need to make sure that the cattle that you are breeding and the cattle that you and the area that you're in, connect the one. So you can't just go like anyway. And the Boran, they are like low maintenance. Cost their thing maintain low. So it's very low in like maintenance. So like that's a very perfect.
Yeah.
Well, for for us in
Okay.
the area that we're in.
We're in.
And
So,
other breeds don't cope well in like harsh conditions. That's why we chose this one.
oh yeah.
So I know what other people need to know is that there's a difference between a pure breed. We call them F4. In farming, we call them F4. And then there's a difference between a breed that's like mixed when a cow just breeds with another cow. So where we are, there's like F1, F2, F3, F4. Where we are currently, we're in between F3, F2. When we want to get to F4, those are like pure breeds. So how you get to F4? You start with like any commercial cow, anyone that you get, and then you get like in our cases we took like a pure breed Boran. So that Boran bull and that commercial cow, they breed. After they breed, they get a F1.
Okay.
Then from F1, you take that cow, a railing F1, it breeds with like a pure breed again. And then it gives birth to an F2. And then you take that F2, it breeds, it gets to an F3. Up until it's like pure breed, clean, without like mixed with like mixed. And
so is it still the
same?
I'm saying as far as cost, we're still on the same cost.
We're still on the same cost.
Like the F4, the cost is on that they start going up. Because now
going up because like you need to maintain the diet also. Diet is very important when it comes to breeding a certain breed. You don't just and stuff. You need to know a certain type of diet with a certain type of breed that you have go well and well together. And our goal is to have like, and that's why when people ask me, have we started selling yet? I'm like, we haven't started selling yet because we're still in the process of like making the F4.
The F4.
Yeah, because that's where we have the most cleanest breeds ever. And for us, they're very expensive.
So there's a huge market. Do you have like a huge market for the F4s?
Yo, let me tell you, the male that we bought. Male that we bought it for 27,000.
Okay.
We bought it for 27,000, and then you can sell your from 3 years. When they're 3 years, they can sell for 30K. When they're like from 3 years, from 30K upwards. And then as they get older, it becomes cheaper to buy one, because the one that we sold before we bought this new one, we sold it at an auction for around like 18,000.
Sure.
For around 18,000. So like that's why we're trying to like focus on them more, especially like females, because that's when it's going to find more and more.
Yes.
Yeah, but then Borans are very expensive. It's a tough business to be in. You need to be well equipped financially, but once you get into it, come on, people should know.
So like how do we So I was saying, can you talk about like the medical side? Like, what are the biggest factors in like the medical side? Do they need to go like the house?
Yeah.
And is that side of it expensive?
You need to make sure that they are vaccinated. Like, it's just like with us humans. You need to make sure that they are vaccinated. Like next week, even yesterday, we were busy recover our calves. But we need to make sure that they're vaccinated. Even your goats, your sheep and everything, you just need to always make sure that up until a certain period of time, they need to be like vaccinated. or else wa go sokola. Like I get the taxi, so level up also like the monageng, the dula
Yes.
monageng. And it's
Yes.
always like these things, like these diseases that you don't know they're gonna get.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that they're vaccinated. And it's very expensive. Those medications are very expensive. That's why really the 9 to 5. And that's when it is.
Nah.
Mm.
Because it's not easy, clearly. So if you were to put in a number behind having one, but yeah, F4, how much do
Having
you
a
need to
pure
have?
breed F4. Having a pure
Yeah.
breed F4.
Yeah.
Also, what depends if it's a male or female now. But if you
Okay.
want a pure breed F4, starting price get 30K from 3 years. It's
Yeah.
30,000, and the older high edited like lifespan ya thing ya go producer. That's when
Yes.
price starts going down. But then minimum can start from like 27K, but those about 25 to 27K. When you buy them, they're not ready yet to like produce. You're gonna have to wait like a year or so. Would you feed would you medicate
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's why they like a bit like 27,000, 28,000.
Oh,
But once you buy a one that's ready to mate, it starts from like 30K upwards. I can quite very brand now the type quite depend on which type
yes.
also. So starting price is 30K. And now because
Oh,
now we have like 11 males. Like it's like the calf.
yeah.
Yeah, so whenever we do start selling, so you can imagine those
Ooh.
11 ones, when we start selling them, we can start selling that maybe. And also level up for it also there's prices increase every year. It's like rent, it's like whatever. This year
Yeah.
it could be 30K, next year it could be 32K, next year it could be 35K. The fella yalo.
Oh, so it's a lucrative business.
It's a lucrative business, and people think it's easy now because
Yeah.
maybe unalenyana dikgomo tse two whatever. But it's
Yes.
not. It's really not. It's you need to have love for them
Yeah.
before
No.
you know. And I know when I first started going there regularly, my dad would be like, if you start treating like these cows and everything as like your pets,
Yeah.
you won't make money because you'll be afraid to sell them. You'll be afraid to do. You need to look at this as a business. If you don't look at it
Yeah.
as a
No.
business, it won't
You.
thrive. It won't
Yeah.
thrive.
Yeah.
But
So like. Yeah. Besides, continue.
I'm saying besides like buying connecting a physical
Yeah.
house. What we also want to do in the near future is we want to like sell like sperm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like.
like
So
sperm,
okay.
yeah, F4 sperms, like pure breed sperms for people who
Okay.
want to start like body. I think in vitro.
Yes.
Yeah, you do an in
Yeah.
vitro if you want to start like your own instead of actually buying like the actual bull itself.
Oh yeah.
You can just buy the sperm and then we are in vitro where it covers the cow and then it gets pregnant and then it starts to deliver also. It depending on also what kind of cattle you have. Maybe when you can start also from F1. But starting from
Yeah.
F1 to F4, it takes years. It takes
Yeah.
years.
It's a lot of work. It sounds like it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work because we first started buying our first Boran 6 years ago, and we're still between F2 and F3. So we're gonna have the F4 probably like around next year or so.
Ne? So, like, I like this is a question I was asked to ask you for one of the people that I'm with in studio. So he was asking me because there's a farm we've been to in Costera, but so yes, Korastenbeek, yes. So I think I don't know if he's our great uncle or something or grandfather. He had cows, so now I don't have information about all of those. I don't have information, and so. But then one thing stood out. One thing stood out. There was one cow, Iloring. they treated it like it was part of the family. Other cows were being sold, and but that one, I've known it since I was young. It's been given a name, and they say it's part of the culture. This cow you don't eat more family, he's part of the family. Like yet again the thing. I mean, this is business.
Let me get what you're trying to say, Chris. When you say this cow, it's just there. Hi Kabiwi, hi Nixie. It's just there. It's part of the family.
No, I'm saying they do like everything. They take care everything. Same as they do like some of the cows they do have more law. But then now the difference is that and so like I'm like, okay, why and like we are only keeping this one? I've never understood it. Yeah,
because okay, from my understanding, I don't know.
Yeah,
but from my understanding, four is like the money maker. One kalohan.
Yeah.
Like what we have for A1, and we have mostly female.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I think they're just keeping it just for them to just reproduce. Fella. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're just keeping it for the reproduction. Reproduce up until the time where it's old now, it can't reproduce, and then that's when I think they're gonna sell it, because that's what we're doing. You're not better. You need to we feed and everything, but it's there just to make more babies for you guys to sell. And then after that, once it's done its job. That's when you can sell it. Or I don't know if maybe they wanna sell it, they wanna eat it, they wanna do what. So they're just basically keeping it just to keep on reproducing over and over again. Because in order for you guys, because boys you can't have two males. It doesn't. One kalogang is like the head of the house.
Yes.
So in order for it to keep you guys making profit from it, you need to have one bull and a lot of females. So it impregnates most of them, and then they have kids, and then after that you can sell whichever you want to sell, and then keep one male. If Kiripo, if it's like a banabating in Aleppo, you can sell something, and then you keep one, and then it keeps making babies. Fella.
Oh, okay. No, I wanted to ask that question because I never understood it. Like I see, like there's this one earring. They always keeping. It's always here, and every other is being sold.
Yeah, like in our farm, whenever like to go eat outside, we call it grazing. To go eat outside, because we can't keep it forever.
Yes.
Boy, because we don't want it to mate with females that are not ours. Regular it's a pure breed, and then it mates with another female that's not ours, and then it's going to give the a pure breed.
Yes.
And then they're going to start benefiting financially from Poor So also you have to, if it's like those ones that are like making money, you have to keep it in. You have to keep it in. But if you have a farm for, it's not for like financial purposes, you can let it go. That's just you.
Yeah.
But for financial purposes, don't do that. Or else it's gonna make another farm to benefit on your profit at the end of the day.
No, it makes sense. For people who want access to this information, because this is like good information, where do you get like this type of information?
I like all this information that I have. Ki rutile ke my dad literally, like modise wa ko gae, like o salang le rona. Even
Yeah.
I take him Mr. Modise, he's basically like my older brother. Like
Yes.
he's the one that stays with the cows during the week when we can't, because like I do tell you, we have jobs, so we can't be there all the time. So you need to have someone who's like all the time, who's trustworthy and stuff like that. Because hey, stuff like that. We've I keep saying about the cancel but we actually pick ourselves up. But
so there's also that
again.
How did you steal a cow? A whole cow? How?
Not like cows per se, but they've stolen sheep. They've stolen. It's tough to steal a cow because a cow is huge. Because like ready tag and stuff like that, they're gonna see. But like goats and stuff, you can easily put it in your boot, and no one is gonna see that you have it. Woman. But then, like I said, all this information that I know, I'm just learning from my dad literally as I go. And now that I think of it, I like say happy. Like when you said you wanted to do this podcast with me, I'm like, yo, I know nothing. What if they're gonna ask these questions that I don't know? But then as like we keep talking, I can see that I actually know more than
because now I'm like I don't know anything about this.
But there's actually risks. People should know that when it comes to farming, there's actually challenges, a lot of challenges. Like the ones that we face, Moma Fikeng, is like especially in the area that we at there's water challenges. Like our cows, they drink like up to 100 liters of water in like 5 minutes.
Yes.
So you always need to make sure you have, if you don't have access to like a river or what, plant a borehole.
Yeah.
Make sure you plant a borehole because you need to always make sure you have access to water. Always make sure that your feed in winter is a lot because like I explained, winter, you need to make sure that they're fed and stuff. There's a lot of theft, people bawutswang, and also funny enough where our farm is located, not far from there's like a game reserve. It's like a game reserve. So there's a lot of wild animals. There's like snakes. I don't know if you saw like my last TikTok that I posted. In the chicken coop because the noga yes. So the noga there's that, and one kalokang there's wild pigs and stuff like that. We had like a small little goat. We can't find it. So we're assuming one of these wild animals around.
So like I just wanna understand or like the end goal for your TikTok account. What's the end goal behind that?
My end goal for my TikTok account is just to show people that farming is not bad. It's not really as horrible or as strenuous as people think. Like it can be fun, especially if you're into like animals and stuff like that. It can be fun, and what I've realized is that people actually really enjoy like watching my TikToks, and they're always like
true.
You know, like we enjoy watching your TikToks. I've always wanted to start a farm, but I don't know how. You know, I've always wanted to do this, or they tell me that no, this reminds me of my dad or my grandfather and stuff like that. You know, it's just those little things that show people it's not bad. I mean, I tell them it's hard work. But it can be fun, and you know, they should see what other people do besides going out, drinking, having like doing all basic social media things. You get what I'm saying? I just wanted to show people that we do other things as well. Like there's other side to life than basically just going out, drinking, doing
Yeah.
this and doing that. You know what? There's like other things that people do, and the amount of feedback that I get is so overwhelming. I won't lie. It's just that now
Yeah.
people like ask me for jobs, or like they ask me for like connecting practicals and stuff like that. And it's always
Yes.
sad for me to tell them that, like, first of all, like, we're not registered to do like those
Yeah.
things, wabona. And like we won't have jobs because we're still like a small scale farm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just sad for me to tell them that. But then
Oh,
I think, like, I always tell them, like, not if, when we become a very big brand.
yes.
Ke tla dira di-post not if, when we're gonna become a big brand, because we're gonna
Big
become a
brand.
big
Yeah.
brand. People should
Yeah.
look out for Kwena Enterprise, I'm telling you, because not only are we
Yeah.
doing cattle, we wanna do commercial vegetation as well. Because we're just right here from Botswana, and the fact that
Yeah.
people from Botswana come to South Africa and
South Africa.
buy cattle, they buy vegetables and stuff like that. I mean, we're right
Yeah.
here. Our farm is not far from Botswana, so it's just, so that's what we're trying to do. That's our end
Yeah.
goal, business wise. We wanna do
Yeah.
import, exports, vegetation. We wanna
Yeah.
supply. I don't know if you've heard of mining. You know how Badula would mining.
My
So you wanna
yes.
supply them with amounts of cattle that they can make meat and
Yes.
stuff
Yes.
like that. We wanna partner with the government so that the government can buy cows in bulk. Government can buy like cows worth 4 million in a year.
Whew.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
No, I hear
like,
you.
that's what we're trying.
Yeah.
That's like our end goal, and slowly but surely we're getting there.
Again.
We're so small, but
Mm.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah. So, like, this is my final question. So, the reason I was asking you the question, yeah, your TikTok account, is that I've seen the impact, I've seen the engagement, I've seen the impact you have on the people who follow you on TikTok. So, I don't know if you're aware, like, there's people who have their cookbooks and their cookbooks saying, no, this is my cookbook of how I cook for my kids or for my husband. There's that, and from listening to you in this call, I can tell, like, you have a lot of stories to share. You have a lot to offer, and it'll also be beautiful to see you maybe write a book. And there's platforms. I'm not sure if you are aware. There's platforms that you pay like 1,000 rands. You submit that, and you get it published to all the digital platforms. You publish your books to all the digital platforms. So there's that.
I never really thought of that. Hey,
I want to just share your experience in that book, and I'm telling you, like, you have stories for days. And like, I in person would buy a book, just to read that. Then I bring it up to you because I think it's something maybe you should consider.
That's something that I think I really should consider. I never really thought of like writing something that people would like actually read in terms of or in terms of farming in general. But you're right.
To share your experience, to share your experience, you have those things, the AI tools tailoring. They can write as you speak. If you don't want to sit and write, there's that tool tailoring. You can just sit down, write, let it write for you, and you can just speak. And just have and just submit that book. In 2 days' time, it's submitted to all like the Google. You can find it in Google, you can find it in Amazon, you can find it in all that, and you can share the link with people that follow you on TikTok.
You're right. I never really thought of that, and that's actually like a great idea. That's actually such a great idea. No, definitely. I'm definitely gonna take that into consideration because
And
I can also how well I can also ask Charlie to put his 2 cents, because Charlie knows a
see,
lot. I can ask
over
my
like
dad to put, I can ask my
yeah,
sisters to put in what they know about vegetation,
yeah,
That's
yeah,
actually such like a good idea. And someone
yeah,
also on TikTok, I feel a comment, I don't know, you should have like a YouTube channel and just assist people like that want to also
yeah,
start dilo tse di yalo. Because thing is,
yes,
when I started this whole TikTok account, I never thought it would actually like blow up to be as big
as big
as
as it is.
as it is now. Because when like I posted like there's one that's almost gonna reach like 1 million views.
Yeah,
It's at like 800 and something K.
yes,
8,000, sorry, 8,000 something K. Because when I went to bed, sure, when I had like my 500, I had 200 followers on TikTok. When
yeah,
I woke up to like my 15K followers. I was like,
for
what is going on?
oh,
Like, what is going on? This is crazy. And it actually takes
yeah,
like one video for you to just blow up and like being consistent. So I think you're right.
yes,
I think a lot of people actually really want to know about it.
yes,
And the weirdest thing is when I was at work, this other lady was like, "Yeah, but khona ngwenyana o busy o postang mo di founung o dira
eh,
dikgomo." I'm like, yo. People actually really watch my stuff, even old
yeah,
people. I'm like, this is crazy, like being recognized when like I walk like with molong and stuff like that. It's like, no,
yeah,
no, this is nice, what you're doing is great and stuff like that. That's when I actually started realizing, no, actually people really like love
yeah,
my stuff. Because when I first
yeah,
started, I was like, hey, but I'm not posting anything, your Louis Vuitton, your Dior, your what I
yeah, yeah,
what I'm trying to. It's actually like it's been great, man. It's been great. But I'm gonna take your idea to thing to head, and I'm actually
yes,
gonna think
please,
about it and start doing it.
yeah,
I'm actually
please.
gonna, but not. Do you think I should start now or should I wait?
No,
Why is
I
the sooner the better?
no, now I'm thinking, or any time I want like for someone who has a platform, how and he has audience, like you have all the time to do that. There's no rush to it.
There's no rush, man.
No rush. Yeah, like
Mm.
take your time. It can be in 5 years' time. But I was just saying, to say like now I appreciate this conversation so much and what it has done for me. Imagine to someone who's not gonna listen to this, understand? Because
Yeah.
now, from what I heard from you, is that you didn't think you had something to offer. Didn't think you have enough knowledge. But I've learned a lot from your story, from your experience, to say, oh, like I can actually do that. Oh, okay. And I think that's an important lesson for people to say, like, I think that's how most of us learn. We learn from people's, from your experiences to say, oh, understand. So if you are able to do that in a book and be able to monetize it in a way, I think it's a good way. I want to.
No, definitely, you're right. I'm definitely gonna do that. I'm definitely gonna do that and start. I think I should just share my journey. Thing like, sometimes you just need to get out of your comfort zone. Because I was so comfortable in like office work and having a 9 to 5, thinking this is like this is my purpose in life.
Yeah.
But this thing, Yakuri, once you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you actually see your potential. And I'm actually living that testimony. Get out of your comfort zone. Even what I'm like, this thing, Yapan production, that I'm out of my comfort zone, like studying soil, studying pH level, that is soil, different types and everything, and like the climate and everything. It's so out of my comfort zone, but I'm seeing that it actually has such great potential to be a successful thing, and it's actually a true life testimony of my life. Once you get out of your comfort zone, that's when you see yourself starting to flourish, and I actually see that.
And some of the doors that you didn't expect for you to open for you, actually,
Let me tell you, when you told me about this podcast, I was like, I'm not ready. I don't think I'm willing. But then my little sister was the one that was like, no. After I got my phone fixed and everything, my mom was like, no, do it.
No, we thank you, sister.
Tell people about your story. I'm so glad I did it because I actually really enjoyed talking so much. This was an actually great conversation, and I hope people tune in, especially female farmers, also male farmers.
Yes.
I'm not sexist, but I'm just pushing females to just keep doing it, and they should know that there's so much out there for us to do besides your makeup, your hair. I'm not degrading that in any manner. I'm not degrading that. What they're doing is great, but I'm just encouraging those females that are studying agriculture for it. You can be big. You can be big. You don't have to dress a certain way. You don't have to post a certain thing. You don't have to have a certain look for you guys to actually be successful. You can actually just push what you love, and people will love it. They will just support you 100%. And I just want to take the time to just thank everybody who's pushing watching my TikToks and telling me that they've been inspired. I've been getting DMs from females and males telling me that they've been so much inspired. They actually want to also do agriculture and stuff like that. But watching my TikToks has actually pushed them to also know what they're doing, and what they're studying is actually not gone to waste. It's actually going to be a successful thing.
Yes. No, thank you for everything. And your story is very empowering, not only to me, but to all the people that are listening. And I hope it also meets a huge percentage of our audience is females, but it's definitely given that you will get into that market. A lot of people, and I hope they get inspired and empowered by your story to start.
I hope they do as well. I hope they do. Because I remember back in the day when I was studying logistics, I used to look at agricultural students as in but what time I got studying agriculture. And now I'm biting my tongue, and then I'm these people actually know the venue where it was way before we even woke up. So I'm just my life, I thought it will never be where it is right now. I'm very happy that it's actually turning out to be where it is. And I'm happy, man. I won't lie. I'm so happy. I don't know. I used to be what does this man want from us? We don't want to do this. But now I'm so grateful for my dad for just pushing us. Try doing this. Look at us right now. It's yes.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful thing. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this talk.
So I hope whenever we do our video setup, because the next phase into this, we want to have live studios where we have our guests, and hopefully we'll be able to get you from where you are, and so you can join us, or vice versa, come visit you where you are and shoot something with you. That's side.
Once we have I don't mind you guys coming, because we want to move our farm to a brand new one. The F4 Pure Breed. I don't mind you guys coming through film the whole thing and just see what's going on. I'll even include my sisters as well. I just saw
Yes.
Papa because Papa is a very private person. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he would be willing, but next time when you want us to pull through, or you guys pull through either way, vice versa,
Yeah.
they come through, I'll include my sisters and they can share like their personal experiences as well.
Experiences.
With the really three, and we can all have like a farming segment with the Keebine
Yeah.
family. Yeah, that would be great actually.
Yeah, no, it would. And
Mm.
I think we got some of the links at the sites where we can do the books thingy. So now please send it to me and I'll send it to her. So I'll send you that just for you to have a look.
Yeah,
And
just send me the link and let me read about it and stuff like that. Because
yeah.
that's definitely something I think I'm really, really interested in. And thank you so much for like telling me about it. Because I think I can at all. And yeah, and it's something that I think I'm willing to do.
No, thank you, and please thank your family for us, because because without them, we wouldn't have never had this interview.
I'm telling you, we would have never. I remember when I was young, I was telling me, Papa, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Can't you
Look at
hey.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I'll definitely thank them on your behalf.
Okay, have a lovely day, Nekamu.
Have a lovely day too, Lesego. It was really nice talking to you. I really enjoyed having this conversation.
Same applies.
Well, even though I hope I told you we'll talk for an hour. We spoke for more than an hour.
Yeah, it's like almost 2 hours. 10 minutes.
Almost 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, you have like this is the beauty behind having a genuine conversation with someone and having that conversation with like intentions to learn, understand the situation and like the experience without having to cut them when they speak out.
Yeah, and I'm really thankful for you for you taking your time to actually start Kubwale like female was just farming in general, but then for you to actually want to talk to a female, that's actually like, I just want to thank you for just getting the time to just talk to me and just learning about farming and everything. I just really want to thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamu.
Enjoy your day, Lesego.
Same applies. Thank you guys for listening. I think Kamu did drop her handles. For some of you who didn't get the handles, just send me a voice call. We'll just try and get Jessie to send you the links to Kamu's account. And as always, it's been a pleasure to have you as our guest. And we'll send Kamu the audience, the place that we have at this moment. Have a lovely day, y'all. Cheers.
Have a lovely day. Same to you, Lesego. Bye to everybody who's been listening and taking the time to listen. Just follow me once again on TikTok, Kamogelo Keebine or Otswana Farm Han, if they wanna see my like farming TikTok. But on Instagram, they can just follow me on Kamogelo 2.0. But I just encourage them to follow me more on TikTok because that's where my brand is and that's where I post a lot.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, let's go.
Cheers.
Bye.